Hi, my name is Nicholas Druda. I'm a resident of New York City. Today, I want to talk about the country's emergency alerting system. The name of the alerting system is literally called the Emergency Alert System. It was put into place by the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the Federal Communications Commission in 1997. And what it's really meant to be used for is if there is an emergency in a county, city, state, or the entire country. This system can be used by local police, the mayor, the governor, the president. But today I want to talk about some certain things about the system. And I wanted to speak out and rather call out for government agencies regarding the system. And the first government agency I would like to call out is the National Weather Service. Now, for those of you who don't know what the National Weather Service is, it is the primary government weather service for the United States. A lot of the information that you get from the weather channels you get from the National Weather Service. But I've noticed that the emergency alert system doesn't activate on TV or radio or even cell phone for storms such as severe thunderstorm, flash flood, tropical storm, or hurricanes. Which is not good because then, that can cause damage to houses and public property. And, if people are outside during the storm, that wouldn't be good. So that's why the government needs to know when to use the emergency alert system when it's necessary. And during a storm, like what I mentioned, it is usually necessary. It is definitely necessary. There's no question. Next thing I want to talk about or call out to is the New York City government, more specifically Mayor Bill de Blasio and Governor Andrew Cuomo. The emergency alert system is something that you guys do have access to. I know that for a fact. I did record about 9 emergency alerts on my cell phone that Bill de Blasio gave me. So they do definitely have emergency alert system capabilities, or accessibility rather. So during this not only national but global emergency that is the coronavirus pandemic, it is good to use the system to keep your people informed about what's going on, which is something that you haven't been doing. Like, I looked on my cable television set, and I didn't see any emergency alerts during the COVID emergency alert that I got on my cell phone. Which is funny because the Federal Emergency Management Agency has said that they recommend you look on TV if you ever receive an emergency alert on your cell phone. And it doesn't have to necessarily be an activation from the emergency alert system. Just gotta go to a news station. I didn't see any news that was regarding the alert I received on my cell phone. And then there was all the curfew alerts, because there was a curfew by the governor, and he sent about, I think he's the one that actually sent all those emergency alerts. Or no, I think it was the mayor. It was the mayor that sent all the emergency alerts out, and he signed a state of emergency order for New York City, where there was all those protests for George Floyd. And due to that, he sent about 9 emergency alerts to my cell phone, and I tuned to the radio all those times. And I actually will give the radio some credit, because I actually did get some information about the emergency alert that I saw on my cell phone. It said, yes, there is a curfew. However, I didn't see any information on my cable box television. I looked on news stations. I went to Channel 4, NBC4, and I didn't see any emergency alert there, or on any channel. And I also want to discuss the reliability of the emergency alert system. Lately, specifically since 2019, the emergency alert system during specific alerts hadn't played audio information about said emergency alert, and sometimes the emergency alert couldn't even get through because the provider might have cut it off. I suspect that that's what's happening, though there's no proof about it, and unfortunately the federal government refuses to investigate it. And I have tried to contact the United States federal government about this, and about how the emergency alert system has been working. I tried contacting the Federal Communication Commission. They said that that would be for the Federal Emergency Management Agency to take. They would be able to take my call. So I called them, and then they recommended the Federal Communication Commission, so it was basically just a loop. And they also said it's completely directed by the president. Not true, first of all. FEMA, I'm going to educate you right now that the emergency alert system is not just able to be used by the president. It's able to be used by a local police department. It's able to be used by the mayor or the governor of any state. And they can activate it if they really need to. However, the mayor and governor of a lot of states, not just New York, and not just the city of New York, other cities have not really used the emergency alert system when it was necessary, and during the George Floyd protests, it was definitely necessary. There's no question. No question. It's not an opinion, it is a fact that it was definitely necessary. It was an emergency, not an opinion, fact. And the fact that the system's not even being tested anymore makes it worse, because it just shows that it's not being maintained. The emergency alert system is like 911, where you use it for emergencies, and you know, everyone knows about 911. Not everyone knows about the emergency alert system. A large group of people know about it, but not everyone. It's really not enough to say everyone. So, if any parents are watching this, I know a lot of you teach your children about 911 and when to call 911. You know, during an emergency, you call 911, right? Well, it might also be good to teach your children about the emergency alert system. And, you know, there are specific tones to the emergency alert system. You can actually look up these tones online. They're on the internet. They're really not that hard to find, and you can let them hear the sounds, and then, you know, when they hear those sounds, they can look at their television, look at the radio, or look at their cell phone. So I think if everyone gets more educated with the emergency alert system, and more kids are taught about it, even in school, maybe, and if kids are taught about 911 and the emergency alert system, you know, it's not a bad thing to learn about. It's a good thing to learn about, you know, because in the event of an emergency, that's, you know, what you want to be able to rely on. And it seems like not even the federal government even is very educated on this. So, FEMA, if you're watching this, or the head of FEMA is watching this, get your staff a bit more educated on the system. So yeah, a lot of you guys do like my emergency alert system videos, where I discuss it. So, if you want me to discuss more about the emergency alert system, you know, how it like really works, I've studied into it for a while, let me know down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.